In our last episode, the Minutemen destroyed the Institute. We could have gotten to that point while maintaining friendly relations with all of the other factions. But if we advanced far enough in the Institute questline to the point of infiltrating mass fusion, then we've made the Brotherhood an enemy. And even though the Institute is now gone, the Brotherhood hasn't forgotten our role at mass fusion. Wherever we go in the Commonwealth, the Brotherhood are hostile. Their vertibirds attack us on sight, and their soldiers track us down. We can't talk to them. We can't reason with them. We have only one option, an option that Preston Garvey recognizes.
General, I think it's time to deal with the Brotherhood.
I agree, but it's going to be tough to fight their airship.
That's for sure, but I think I may have a way to take it out.
I don't see how. We don't have any way to attack them in the air. I wish I knew how. But as long as they have that airship, we have no way to strike a fatal blow.
I may have a solution to that problem. I've been talking to Sturgis about using an artillery strike against the prydwen.
What about using our artillery to attack their airship?
Great minds must think alike. I've been talking to Sturgis about exactly that. The trick is, we need to target it from multiple directions to overwhelm their defenses.
If we don't have enough artillery at our settlements throughout the Commonwealth, then Preston says,
Sturgis figures that if we can attack from at least 5 different directions, we have a good chance of bringing it down. Once we have enough batteries set up, we can fire them all together at the airship. They won't have time to take evasive action. With any luck, that will be the end of the Brotherhood and the Commonwealth.
we now have to build an artillery piece at least 5 different settlements. Once this is done, we can then check in with Preston again.
The artillery is ready, General. The radio operator at the castle is standing by to transmit the order to fire on the prydwen.
However, if we already had enough artillery at our settlements before starting this quest, Preston ends by saying,
Sturgis figures that we already have enough artillery to do the job, so we're ready to strike whenever you give the word. The radio operator at the castle is standing by to transmit the order to fire on the prydwen.
Tuning to Radio Freedom.
All settlements, priority message. We are currently holding at Code White for Operation Deliberate Phoenix. Repeat, holding at Code White.
As a side note, this is the only way we learned that this operation is called Operation Deliberate Phoenix. And the Minutemen hold here until we give the order. Unlike with the Institute, we're not taken by surprise. This is a preemptive strike, which means we have all the time we need to ready the castle. When ready, we can head down to the Radio Freedom disc jockey.
General, all the settlements are reporting in. We're ready to fire at the Brotherhood airship on your order.
All the artillery is locked in on the prydwen?
Yes, sir. We've transmitted the coordinates. All batteries are reporting code red, meaning they're ready to fire on our signal.
Stand by.
Yes, sir.
I'll let you know when I'm ready.
Okay, we're standing by.
Give the signal to open fire.
Yes, sir.
With that, music ceases on Radio Freedom, and the DJ broadcasts our orders.
This is the castle. We have authorization for Deliberate Phoenix, Code Blue. Repeat, Deliberate Phoenix, Code Blue. On my signal. All batteries, report status.
Even if we have more than 5 artillery pieces installed at settlements spread across the Commonwealth,
Battery 1, reporting in.
only 5 batteries attack the prydwen.
Battery 2, roger that.
And here the batteries report in to the radio.
Batteries 3 and 4, status blue. I copy.
And while they're reporting in, Ronnie Shaw climbs the stairs to get the best possible view.
Battery 5, reporting in. All batteries, prepare to fire on my mark. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire for effect!
Five artillery shells from across the Commonwealth converge on the prydwen, turning it into a fireball.
They had it coming. Should have never tried to lord it over the Commonwealth. That never ends well.
Confirmed, the prydwen is down. The Brotherhood threat to the Commonwealth is over.
Hold on. Let's see if they have any fight left in them.
But Ronnie notices something that the DJ doesn't.
Uh-oh. I guess they aren't as dumb as all that.
Blades over the horizon. From the fiery grave of the prydwen, vertibirds arise and fly straight for the castle.
Brotherhood vertibirds incoming! Take cover and get ready for the fight of your lives. Time to finish the job on these sons of biscuit eaters.
Alert! Alert! Brotherhood vertibirds converging on the castle. This is Radio Freedom with a breaking report from the castle.
And with that, we can't possibly hear what the guy is saying on the radio, because we are now actively under fire, and we again have to defend the castle. Now, when we defended against the Institute, I talked about the dangers of using missile turrets in our settlement defense, because the Institute could relay behind our walls, and the missiles could damage our crop and our settlement. But against the Brotherhood, the missile launcher turrets are an excellent defense, because they have enormous range, pinpoint accuracy, and deadly damage. If we have enough of them, the missile turrets can knock the vertibirds out of the sky before they even arrive at the castle. There is, however, a great danger fighting the Brotherhood that we didn't have to deal with the Institute. And that's the vertibirds themselves. Even after destroying them as they fall from the sky, they can land behind the walls of the castle. And if they land on our generators, they can knock out our entire settlement defense. So to guard against this, it may be prudent to place our generators inside the walls of the castle, to use a lot of smaller generators connected, or if we've unlocked it, a fusion generator. After the first wave, we have a brief opportunity to repair our generators and our turrets before another wave of vertibirds appears in the sky. And if our defenses aren't up, the vertibirds hover over the middle of the castle and drop power armor-wearing knights to the ground. Sometimes they land behind the walls, sometimes they're dropped outside of them, but they're much easier to kill if they're riding a giant gas tank in the sky. Once they reach the ground, we've got our work cut out for ourselves. At last, we destroy the final vertibird. We kill the last remaining soldier, and the Brotherhood has no fight left in it.
They won't be back anytime soon.
It was a tough fight, but I knew the Minutemen were up to the challenge.
There will be stragglers in the Commonwealth. They're not gone forever, but they can no longer muster an organized attack. And just like after defeating the Institute, the ever-charismatic Ronnie Shaw gathers the Minutemen together and delivers the same victory speech.
All right, people. That was a tough fight, but we came through it. You can be proud of how you handled yourselves today. But we don't have time to sit around congratulating ourselves. We're the Minutemen, gold darn it! And that means we've always got to be ready for the next fight. Let's get back to it, people.
That's right, gold darn it, we destroyed those biscuit eaters. And after our success, the DJ celebrates on Minuteman Radio.
This is Radio Freedom with an after-battle report for the people of the Commonwealth. Confirming our earlier report, Minutemen artillery batteries have destroyed the Brotherhood of Steel's airship in a surprise attack. The Brotherhood launched all their remaining forces against the castle, but I am very happy to report that they have been decisively defeated. The Brotherhood of Steel could have used their power to help the people of the Commonwealth, but instead they chose the path of tyranny. Thanks to the bravery and sacrifice of Minutemen from all across the Commonwealth, the Brotherhood threat has been eliminated. We've seen now just how strong we can be when we stand together, strong enough to defeat the Brotherhood of Steel with all their military might. The Commonwealth is now free to set its own course for the first time in centuries. Let's make the most of this opportunity. We'll now return to our normal broadcasting. Keep those dials set to Radio Freedom.
With tyranny defeated, we can check in with Ronnie Shaw.
This morning, the Brotherhood was sitting pretty with their airship and all their fancy vertibirds. Now, that's all been blown to heck. I've got it from here, General. I don't think anyone's going to be testing our metal again anytime soon.
And finally, with Preston.
We actually did it. We took down the prydwen. I have to admit, I didn't really think it would work.
We took out the prydwen. But what about the rest of the Brotherhood that wasn't on the airship?
The prydwen was their nerve center and supply base. Without it, whatever's left on the ground won't pose much of a threat for long.
I never doubt Sturgis. Not anymore.
I know. The guy built a freaking teleporter, right? I guess he wins all the arguments from here on out.
It's lucky we took them by surprise. If the prydwen had escaped our barrage, we'd have never had another chance.
Believe me, I thought about that. Well, we deserved some luck for a change.
The Minutemen can do anything when we stand together.
It's true. Today really showed that. Still, I can hardly believe we defeated the Brotherhood. All their technology and military hardware couldn't defeat the people of the Commonwealth standing together. It's a good lesson to remember. I'll let you know if I hear of any settlements that need our help. In the meantime, make sure to offer help to anyone that needs it. That can only help our cause.
And we complete the quests, defend the castle, and with our powers combined, which I believe is a Captain Planet reference. If we travel to the Boston airport, we find the hulking wreck of the prydwen on fire. It takes days in-game before the flames subside, whereupon we can pick through the wreckage and occasionally find a few bodies to loot. But due to the events of the Fallout show, we know this ending can't be canonical. In our next episode, we'll explore an epilogue to the Minutemen where the Brotherhood remained peaceful towards us, and the Institute was still defeated. I publish new episodes in this series each and every week, so if you don't want to miss that episode, be sure to subscribe and to click that bell notification button. If you like what I do and you want to support me, you can become a patron on Patreon, a member here on YouTube, or you can buy my plush and any of my other merch. But more than anything, I'm just so glad you're here watching this video with me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon for the final episode in the full story of Fallout 4.